The orbital station sanctuary hummed with the constant thrum of recycled air and artificial gravity, as Commander David Kane made his evening rounds through the civilian quarters. 3 years into humanity's war against the hegemony, the station served as a refuge for displaced families from the outer colonies. Among them was Lisa, the quiet woman who always wore a simple black mask that covered the upper half of her face. Kane had grown protective of her over the months since her arrival. She worked in hydroponics, tending to the food gardens that kept the station fed and never caused trouble. Unlike many refugees who bore visible scars from hegemony attacks, Lisa's injuries seemed hidden beneath that perpetual mask. He respected her privacy, but something about her gentle demeanor and the way she flinched at sudden sounds made his protective instincts flare. "Evening, Lisa," Kane said as he found her alone in Garden Bay 7, carefully pruning tomato plants under the artificial sun lamps. "Working late again?" She looked up, and he caught a glimpse of brilliant green eyes above the mask's edge. "The plants don't keep human schedules, Commander. They need tending when they need it." Her voice carried an accent he couldn't place, something refined, almost aristocratic. It didn't match the simple work clothes and humble demeanor. "You know, you don't have to call me Commander when we're alone," Kane said, settling onto a nearby crate. "David is fine." Lisa's hands paused in their work. "Rank exists for a reason. Structure keeps us civilized." "Maybe," Kane said, studying her profile. "But sometimes I wonder if you're hiding behind more than just protocols." Her fingers tightened on the pruning shears. "We all hide behind something, Commander. Some barriers are necessary." Before Kane could respond, alarms began blaring throughout the station. His communicator crackled to life. "All senior staff to the command center, we have incoming hegemony forces." Kane was already moving. "Stay in the secure areas, Lisa. We'll handle this." The command center erupted in controlled chaos as Kane arrived. Lieutenant Sarah Torres looked up from the tactical display, her face grim. "Single hegemony dreadnought, sir. They're broadcasting a standard demand for surrender." "Not happening," Kane said firmly. "Battle stations, all available. Fighters launch immediately." Through the view screen, the massive alien vessel loomed like a metallic cancer against the stars. Its hull bore the biomechanical hybrid design typical of hegemony ships, part constructed metal, part grown organic material that pulsed with sickly light. "Sir," Torres said quietly, "their weapons are targeting the civilian sections first. They want to maximize casualties before we can respond." Kane's jaw tightened. The hegemony was known for this tactic: break human morale by slaughtering the innocent. "Redirect all shield power to civilian areas. We'll make our stand here." The battle began in earnest as human fighters swarmed around the dreadnought like angry insects. Kane watched grimly as several were swatted down by alien point defense systems. They were buying time, but not much. "Commander," came an unexpected voice from behind him. Kane turned to see Lisa entering the command center, but something was different. She moved with fluid precision, her posture straighter, more commanding. "Lisa, you shouldn't be here." "I can help," she said simply, approaching the tactical console. Her fingers moved over the controls with impossible familiarity. "Their ship design. I know its weaknesses." Torres shot Kane a confused look. "Ma'am, this is a classified military. The bio-neural clusters are located here, here, and here," Lisa said, pointing to specific locations on the ship's schematic. "Target those points simultaneously and their coordination will collapse." "How could you possibly know that?" Kane demanded. Lisa was quiet for a long moment. Her masked face turned toward the view screen. Then slowly, she reached up and began removing the black mask. Kane sucked in a sharp breath. Where he had expected scars or deformity, he instead saw beauty that was distinctly inhuman. Lisa's skin had a subtle silver sheen, and delicate neural interface ports were visible along her temples. Her eyes, while still green, held flecks of gold that pulsed with inner light. "Because I helped design them," she said softly. "My name isn't Lisa Rodriguez. I'm Lisa Velthara, former chief bioengineer of the Hegemony Third Fleet. The command center fell silent except for the sound of distant explosions as the battle raged outside. I defected 18 months ago, Lisa continued, her voice stronger now, when I discovered what the hegemony truly intended for humanity. Not just conquest, complete biological assimilation. They want to remake your species into something compliant. Kane stared at her, his mind reeling. The mask. Because you'd stop protecting me, she whispered, meeting his gaze. All of you would. I'm the enemy, David. Everything you've been trained to hate and fear. I wear the mask because underneath it, I'm a monster to your people. Kane looked at her for a long moment, really looked. Yes, she was alien, but he saw the same gentle soul who tended plants with infinite patience, who never raised her voice, who flinched at violence because she understood its true cost. Can you help us win? He asked simply. Lisa nodded. Target the neural clusters. I'll walk your people through the technical specifications. Kane turned to his crew, saw the mixture of fear and uncertainty in their faces. You heard her. Let's end this. As the human fighters repositioned for their coordinated strike, Kane found himself standing beside Lisa at the tactical display. For what it's worth, he said quietly, the mask never mattered to me. What mattered was who you chose to be. Lisa's alien features softened into something approaching a smile. That's why I knew you'd keep protecting me, David. Because humans don't just fight for what they are. You fight for what you believe in. The hegemony dreadnought shuddered under the precise strikes, its biomechanical systems failing in cascading. Failure. As it drifted powerless in space, Kane realized that humanity's greatest strength had always been this, the ability to see past surfaces, to judge by actions rather than appearances. The mask lay forgotten on the console between them, no longer needed.